Hi everyone, welcome to the Highlights from Ukraine podcast, your daily audio summary of the latest news reported in the Ukrainian media. My name is Artem, and here is the news. For 700 days, Ukraine stands strong against the forces of the Russian invasion. Yesterday, a Russian military Il-76 aircraft crashed in Belgorod Oblast, neighboring Ukraine, reports BBC News Ukraine. Russia claimed that the plane carried 65 Ukrainian prisoners of war and was shot down by the armed forces of Ukraine. According to the Russian side, there was a 192 for 192 prisoner exchange planned for 24th of January. The General Staff of Ukraine didn't confirm any of the Russian claims, but said that it will continue the destruction of means of delivery, control of airspace to destroy the terrorist threat, including in the Belgorod-Kharkiv direction, reports Ukrainska Pravda. According to the media sources, Il-76 was delivering a batch of S-300 missiles used to shell Kharkiv. At the same time, the Defense Intelligence of Ukraine confirmed that there was a prisoner swap planned for 24th of January, but it did not take place, reports Radio Liberty. They couldn't confirm if any Ukrainian prisoners of war were on board of the downed Il-76. The safety of the Ukrainian soldiers, according to the agreements, should have been ensured by the Russian side. The Ukrainian side had not been informed of the need to ensure the security of the airspace near Belgorod within a specific time frame, as has previously been done. Kyiv had not been informed of the number of vehicles, routes, or ways in which the prisoners were to be delivered. Prisoners may be transported by air, rail, and road. Ukrainian intelligence stressed that the landing of a transport aircraft in 30 kilometers from combat zone cannot be safe and must be discussed by both parties, otherwise it jeopardizes the entire exchange process. Quote, accordingly, we may be talking about planned and deliberate actions on the part of the Russian Federation to destabilize the situation in Ukraine and undermine international support for our country, unquote. Later, President of Ukraine Volodymyr Zelensky, in his evening video address, said that it is necessary to establish all the facts and conduct an international investigation into the downing of the Russian Il-76 aircraft. Zelensky said that the Russians are playing with the lives of Ukrainian prisoners of war, playing with the feelings of their relatives and with the emotions of our society. We would really appreciate if you could recommend us to your friends and family, as well as share information on social media. This way more people would learn about the podcast and truth about Russia's invasion of Ukraine. The Financial Times informed that the EU is preparing new sanctions against Russia and financial support for Kyiv on the eve of the second anniversary of the full-scale Russian invasion, reports TSN UA. In particular, the support package includes the long-awaited agreement to allocate 50 billion euros to Kyiv over the next 4 years, part of which can be paid immediately after the conclusion of the agreement, another 5 billion euros in military aid per year, and the decision to transfer to Ukraine the profits obtained from the frozen assets of Russia. The new EU sanctions will focus on adding more individuals and entities to the list of asset freezes and entry bans, and are unlikely to include a ban on Russian aluminium imports as demanded by Poland and the Baltic states. The German media Handelsblatt suggests that the UK has offered Germany an option on how to deal with Berlin's reluctance to provide Ukraine with long-range Taurus cruise missiles, reports European Pravda. The plan is for Germany to transfer its Taurus missiles to the UK and for the UK to give Ukraine additional long-range Storm Shadow missiles in return. This proposal is said to have been passed on to Berlin by London several weeks ago, but no further decisions have been reported. The issue of obtaining Taurus missiles with a range of up to 500 kilometers has been actively raised since last summer. The media reported that Berlin was reluctant to make such a step, fearing an escalation due to the strikes of its missiles on the territory of Russia and the infrastructure of the Crimean Bridge. Earlier, Ivan Havryluk, Deputy Minister of Defense of Ukraine, said that the acquisition of long-range German Taurus missiles would not radically change the battlefield situation, but would greatly expand the capabilities of the Ukrainian military. Thank you for listening to the Highlights from Ukraine podcast. We're a commercial initiative of just 2 people and we need your help to grow. Share information about the podcast, rate us in the app, subscribe to our Patreon. With your support, we are getting better. We call on you to demand from governments of your countries to impose the toughest sanctions possible on Russia and its citizens to stop their invasion of Ukraine.